Hi there everyone, Zanuck here with the first edition of hopefully many deck techs for Penny Dreadful. Today we're looking at a deck created by Pseudo-Dude called PandeBurst that out of 5 testing matches I went 4-1 with. The real power of the deck lies in Pandemonium, a 4-mana enchantment originally printed way back in Exodus that says whenever a creature enters the battlefield, that creature's controller may have it deal damage equal to its power to target creature or player of his or her choice. So, how do you break Pandemonium? With the second enchantment from Nemesis called Saproling Burst. With Pandemonium on the battlefield, assuming your opponent is at 21 or less life, if you resolve Saproling Burst, you just win. You make the first token by removing a fading counter which does 6 damage because of the enter the battlefield trigger of Pandemonium. Then once the Pandemonium trigger resolves, you make a 5/5, then a 4/4, etc. This totals up to 21 damage. Another card that plays nice with Saproling Burst is Temur Ascendancy. Making 3 hasty 4/4s and drawing 3 cards for 5 mana seems pretty good, and Temur Ascendancy is good with pretty much every other card in the deck as well. Because we're running blue and this is a combo deck, we are running 4 copies of Frantic Search, which digs us a few cards deeper and makes the search cost of Tyrant of Valakut achievable on as early as turn 4. So, let's do a quick rundown of all the cards in the deck before I get into the sideboard. Vessel of Nascency helps with mana fixing and is cheap. Fertile Ground ramps and fixes mana. Lambhold Pacifist is a good blocker for 2 mana that can usually attack in a turn or 2. Frantic Search, good card filtering, generates mana with Fertile Ground. Temur Ascendancy gives creatures haste and helps us draw more cards so we don't run out of gas. Savage Knuckleblade, 4 power for Temur Ascendancy for 3 mana and a bunch of versatility. Flametongue Kavu, removal and a sizable body for 4 mana. Pandemonium gives all our big creatures more value. Saproling Burst makes hasty tokens and draws cards with Temur Ascendancy. And Tyrant of Valakut, which is a huge bolting flyer for 5 mana about 90% of the time. Now into the sideboard. We've got 1 copy of Flash Freeze, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's for games when they have green or red spells that you care about. We've got 2 Negate against control, 1 Mizzium Mortars, which is good against some of the more popular aggro decks like Slivers and Elves, 1 Back to Nature. There are some Enchantress decks floating around, so I pack one on the sideboard just in case. 1 Feed the Clan, almost always ferocious and can buy you a turn or 2 against aggro. 2 Naturalize, which is good against equipment decks or decks with an artifact combo piece. 1 Plummet, our only creature with flying, costs at least 5 mana, so it's nice to be able to snipe something out of the sky if needed. 1 Temur Ascendancy, which replaces a Pandemonium in matchups where if your opponent casts a bunch of creatures in one turn, you just die. We've got 2 Rough and Tumbles, which is good against lots of weenies or flyers. And finally, 3 Phyrexian Furnace, which is Penny Dreadful's version of Relic or Progenitus. It's for graveyard-based strategies. And that's the deck. Overall it seems pretty sweet, and I get to play some cards I never thought I'd see again after they rotated out of Standard. If you enjoyed the deck and you want to see a league rundown with it, or want to submit a deck list to be made into videos, then drop a like and a comment, and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.